Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Let's review some scores for Thursday night hockey, and then we'll make some picks for Friday. Friday, I believe there's 7 games on the board. Thursday, things started off with Carolina and Chicago. Carolina kind of had most of the game until Chicago came and tied it late in the game and then won in overtime. Carolina lost to Chicago 2-1 in overtime. We got that one wrong. Boston over the Rangers 4-0. We got that one right. Then the Devils over the Islanders 2-1. We got that one wrong. Buffalo got doubled up by Pittsburgh 8-4. Lots of goals in that game. Toronto over Montreal handedly 5-2. Then Vancouver doubled up Edmonton 6-3. One of those nights that just remind you that anything's possible in this crazy league. My best bet was Toronto. That went through. That was great. Record goes to 38-31. Overall picks were not that great. They were 2-4. That record goes to an even 300 and an even 240. And on my parlays, on the one parlay, the Buffalo puck line obviously did not come through. The Devils obviously did, so kind of split there. And then the other parlay, I ended up this morning when I placed my bets, I took Boston puck line and I took Toronto money line. I could have went puck line on both of them. But anyway, that went through, which was great. So Monday was a decent day for Thursday. Just the picks didn't kind of work out that great. Anyway, we'll get on to Friday. Friday, again, there's 7 games, and we'll try to make some good picks because Saturday's a huge day. I think there's 14 on the slate for Saturday. Dallas and Tampa. Tampa is 7-2-1 in their last 10, current 2-game winning streak. Vasilevsky listed to be in net for Tampa against Dallas, who are 4-4-2 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Kudobin listed to be in net for Dallas. They're in 5th with 56 points in the Discover Central. Tampa sits in 2nd with 75 points, tied with Florida. Stars and Lightning played Wednesday when Tampa won that game 6-2. Tampa now has a 6-1-0 record playing Dallas this season, and the final game being played here Friday night. Tampa seems to be getting stronger as we end the regular season and getting ready for the playoff hockey that's not far away. Good defensive play, and they're putting pucks in the net. Dangerous combination. Tampa wins again. Home team's my pick on that first game. Next game, Philadelphia against Washington. Washington is 6-3-1 in their last 10, current 2-game winning streak. Vanacek listed to be in net for Washington. Philadelphia 3-6-1 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Elliott has been confirmed to be in net for Philadelphia. They're at 6th with 53 points in the Mass Mutual East. Washington sits in 2nd with 73 points. Flyers coming off a 7-3 loss to Pittsburgh, and the Capitals, well, they found a win. Their last game was against the Rangers where they won 4-2. The Flyers have only won 1 game in the series, the first game of the series, and ever since then, the Capitals have won all 5 that they've played. Teams last met back on April 17th, and the Capitals won that game 6-3. This division's tight. I mean, the top 3, you've got 75, 73, and 71. Pittsburgh on top right now, but the other 2 teams below have a couple games in hand. So, yeah, it's a really tight division. And Washington, I mean, that was a rough set of games they played against the Rangers, and there's a lot of bodies that took some serious punishment. So how healthy are they going to be for this game, and are they going to be on the ball, or are they going to rest up a bit? I mean, they've got playoffs ahead as well. If Philadelphia is going to sneak in a win against this team, this is going to be the position where they're going to do it, and I am calling it as an upset. Philadelphia to beat Washington, that's my pick. Next game, Detroit against Columbus. Columbus 2-5-3 with a current 1-game winning streak. Kiv Linkins is I think he's confirmed to be in net, first appearance actually in net for Columbus. Against Detroit, who are 3-4-3 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Bernier listed to be in net for Detroit. They're in 8th with 45 points in the Discover Central. Columbus sits in 7th with 46 points. They're kind of swapping back and forth there. The Red Wings off a 2-1 loss to Tampa back on Sunday. And the Blue Jackets on Wednesday, 4-2 win over Nashville. The Red Wings have won 3 here. Columbus has also won 3, 2 games left to play. Detroit has only scored 4 goals in the last 5 games. Definitely a concern for a team that was finding the back of the net no problem not that long ago. And the goaltender for Columbus, in the minors, he did pretty good. He was 6-1-0. And he had a 2.27 goals against average and a .926 save percentage. So he was playing pretty well. Columbus also coming off a win. A lot of people are going to be looking at Columbus to win this game, but you can't underestimate Detroit. Detroit's got a lot of talent. Bernier and net, good goaltending. from Bernier lately. I see them maybe possibly pulling out a win here, beating this Columbus team, which isn't that good. You got to remember, Columbus traded away and a lot of their play. I mean, they're getting ready for next year. They're not really They don't care about this year. Neither does Detroit, but Detroit's going to win the game, I think. Visiting team, that's my pick. Next game, Anaheim against Minnesota. Minnesota is 7-1-2 in their last 10. Current overtime decision. Talbot listed to be in net for Minnesota. Anaheim is 3-7-0 with 1 winning streak. Gibson listed to be in net for Anaheim. They're in 8th with 41 points in the Honda West. Minnesota in 3rd with 71 points. The Ducks won over St. Louis on Wednesday, 3-2 in a shootout. The Wild had their last game require extra time as well when they played Vegas and lost 3-2 in overtime. Another series where one team won the first game, which was the Ducks, and the Wild have won all 5 games since. All 3 teams in this division, the top 3, have crazy good home records, Minnesota included. And I think there's a goaltending advantage here, obviously, for Minnesota. Talbot's been playing really well. And I mean, Gibson's been playing okay, but not to the level of Talbot or this Minnesota club. Minnesota wins this game. Home team, that's my pick. Next game, St. Louis against Vegas. Vegas is 8-2-0 in their last 10, current 1-game winning streak. Leonard listed to be in net for Vegas against St. Louis, who are 5-3-2 in their last 10 with an overtime decision. Binnington listed to be in net. They're in 4th with 56 points in the Honda West. Vegas sits in 1st with 76 points. Blues off a loss Wednesday against Anaheim when they lost that game 3-2 in a shootout. Vegas played Minnesota on Wednesday and finally beat the Wild at home 3-2 in overtime. The Blues have won 2. Vegas has won 4. Teams last met April 7th when the Blues won that game 3-1. Leonard's definitely a concern for me here. I mean, if you look at his last performance, it was not that good. And if anyone watched him speak to the media, you know, highlighting how it's been a tough season on guys, and on some guys a lot tougher than others, mentally especially. I think Binnington here is an advantage. I think he's playing better in net right now, and definitely concern for Leonard in net. I mean, he's either going to show up and play well, or he could have another bad outing. I mean, this season might be taking a toll on him. I'm going to go St. Louis here. Maybe they can, you know, confirm their playoff spot here and get a win against Vegas. They beat Vegas at home before. I hope they do it again. I'm going to go visiting team St. Louis to win the game. Next game, Colorado against the LA Kings. LA is 5-5-0 in their last 10, current 2-game winning streak. Peterson listed to be in net for the Kings. Colorado 6-4-0 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Grubauer listed to be in net for Colorado. They're in 2nd and 72 points in the Honda West. The Kings in 6th with 48 points. The Avalanche lost their last game on Wednesday to San Jose 3-2. The Kings played Arizona on Wednesday and they won their game 4-2. Kopitar tallying up number 1,000. Colorado has a 3-1 lead in this series. Teams have not played each other since March 14th when Colorado won that game 4-1. Avalanche have 5 games left and could still finish first in this division. Although this would have to be a bounce back game and a must win if they're to do that. So I am going to look to them to win this game against the Kings. Colorado visiting team, that's my pick. Last game, Arizona against San Jose. San Jose 3-5-2 in their last 10, current 1-game winning streak. Koshinosh listed to be in net for the Sharks. Arizona's 3-6-1 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Kemper listed to be in net for Arizona. They're in 5th with 50 points in the Honda West. San Jose in 7th with 48 points. The Coyotes had their playoff hopes ended with their loss on Wednesday night to LA. The Sharks coming off a nice 4-game set to Colorado where they actually won the last game 3-2. Coyotes have won 3. Sharks have won 3. Last game between the two was April 28th when the Sharks won that game 4-2. Hurdle for the Sharks with 5 goals, 9 points in his last 5. Kane with 4 assists in his last 5. Sharks actually looked pretty good in that last game. I mean, it was a good win for them. And Arizona, I think, is just a wreck right now. I'm going San Jose. Home team's going to be my pick. San Jose to beat Arizona. Colorado over the Kings. St. Louis over Vegas in Vegas. Minnesota to beat Anaheim. Detroit to beat Columbus. Philadelphia underdog to beat Washington, and Tampa to beat Dallas. I'm going to make my best bet that Colorado game, and I'm going to do 2 parlays. I'm going to do San Jose money line. I got locked in at 1.9. Minnesota puck line minus 1.5 locked in at 1.86. And then Philadelphia puck line. I'm just going to go puck line plus 1.5 pays 1.71. I like that one. I'm locking that in. The other one I'm locking in is Detroit puck line plus 1.5 because I think they're going to show up for sure. I think they're going to win the game. And the other one I'm going to go St. Louis because even on money line it's paying 2.5. So I like that. 2-game parlay and a 3-game parlay. Hopefully a good Friday before a weekend with a ton of hockey. Hope everybody's doing well. Good luck with your picks. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.